Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are mapping out the essential journey every new trader has to take before you even think about risking a single dollar. We're going to break down the foundational steps that really separate the disciplined pros from, well, the hopeful gamblers. So, you've probably seen the hype online, right? You've wondered, how do they do that? You're thinking about those high-speed strategies like scalping, where the goal is to grab tiny, quick profits on dozens, maybe even hundreds of trades a day. And man, does it look tempting. But let's be real for a second. Jumping headfirst into an advanced strategy like scalping without any kind of foundation, that is one of the absolute fastest ways to burn through your trading account. It's kind of like trying to run a marathon when you've never even gone for a jog around the block. Which, leads us to the big question. What actually separates the traders who make it from the ones who don't? Is there some kind of secret handshake, some magic formula they're not telling you about? Well, the answer isn't a secret trick. It's not some magic indicator you can buy online. It is a disciplined process. Real success is built on a foundation that you lay long before you ever place your first real trade. So let's walk through that process. Okay, so our first stop, and honestly, this might be the most important one of all, it happens entirely in your head. It's all about getting the right mindset before you even look at a chart. You see, successful trading starts with a choice you have to make right from the get-go. Are you approaching the market like a gambler, just driven by hope, excitement, and a whole lot of emotion? Or are you going to be a trader, guided by a clear, logical plan and a solid set of rules? And look, these two emotions right here, fear and greed, they are your biggest enemies in the market. Fear will make you panic and jump out of a perfectly good trade way too early, leaving money on the table. And greed, oh, greed, will make you hold on to a losing trade for way too long, just hoping it'll turn around. And that's how a small, manageable loss turns into a total disaster. So how do you control those emotions? Well, you use logic. And to do that, you first have to learn to speak the market's language. Understanding these next few terms is absolutely non-negotiable. First up, we've got the pip. The easiest way to think about it is like a single point of movement in the market. It's how you measure your profit or your loss in these tiny, standardized little chunks. So when you hear someone say they made 50 pips, they're just talking about a specific amount the price moved. Next up is the spread. Now, this is basically the built-in cost of doing business, of making a trade. It's that tiny little difference between the price you can buy at and the price you can sell at. And you have to overcome that spread just to get back to zero on a trade. And finally, we have leverage. Okay, this one is a powerful, powerful double-edged sword. It lets you control a huge market position with just a small amount of your own money. It can amplify your profits like you wouldn't believe, but, and you really need to hear this, it amplifies your losses just as quickly. All right, now that you've got some of the basic lingo down, it's time to get your hands dirty. But without getting burned, we need to build your flight simulator, a place where you can practice, make all the mistakes you want without any real financial consequences. And this is where a demo account comes into play. Almost every single reputable broker offers one totally free. The process is super simple. You sign up, they send you some login details, give you a big pile of virtual money, and boom, you're trading in real, live market conditions. A demo account is so much more than just practice. It's where you actually learn the buttons and clicks of your trading platform, you can test out different strategies, and this is the most important part. You get to see how you react emotionally when you're winning and losing, all with zero financial risk. Okay, so once you're feeling comfortable in the simulator and you've got a bit of a feel for the market's rhythm, it's time. It's time to draft your personal map for the real world, your trading plan. Think of this as your business plan for trading. A trading plan is your non-negotiable set of rules. It forces you to think through every single part of your trading before you're in the heat of the moment. It covers your goals, how much risk you're willing to take, what currency pairs you'll trade, and the exact strategies you're going to use to get in and out of trades. Now, at the heart of any strategy is analysis, and it usually falls into two main camps. You've got fundamental analysis, which is all about the big picture, economic news, interest rates, that kind of stuff. And then you have technical analysis, which uses charts and historical price data to find patterns and trends. The truth is, most successful traders use a little bit of both. But inside that plan, this right here is the single most critical rule of all. Risk management. The golden rule is to never risk more than 1 to 2% of your total trading capital on any single trade. I'm telling you, following this one rule is often the only thing that separates traders who survive from those who blow up their accounts. Think a written plan is overkill? Well, consider this. Studies have shown that 45% of errors in professional fields, we're talking pilots, surgeons, they don't happen because of a lack of skill. They happen because people fail to follow the proper procedures. Your trading plan is your procedure. It's your defense against making emotional, costly mistakes. And finally, you have to understand this. Becoming a trader isn't a destination. It's not like one day you just arrive. No, it's a continuous journey of executing your plan, reflecting on the results, and constantly refining your approach. The market's always changing, and so are you. And to make that journey work, you've got to document every single trade in a journal. Ask yourself, why did I take this trade? Why did I get out? What was I feeling at the time? That journal becomes your own personal trading coach. It helps you learn from your wins and maybe even more importantly, from your losses. This is the mindset that creates a long-term trading career. The best traders out there, they're perpetual students. They're never afraid to admit when a strategy isn't working anymore, and they're always willing to adapt and learn from whatever the market throws at them. So, there you have it. Mindset, knowledge, practice, a solid plan, and a commitment to continuous learning. That's the process. That is the foundation that will put you miles ahead of everyone else who just jumps in blind, chasing those quick profits. The map is right here, in your hands. The only question left is, are you ready to take that first disciplined step?